Previously on the Vampire Diaries.
Slow it down. Sipping on propane. Sipping on propane. Sipping on.
Have you had any blackouts? Instances of lost time?
Listening to scissor, yeah, sipping on some scissor, riding with Rodrigo while she's driving through the suburbs. Jeremy's ghost exes, right? Sending him ghost Texas. I bet before they left he got to get him some ghost beat. Okay, let's go. Pour out the brothers bond. Season 4's coming on. Ashley P chop it up about what's going on. Devin is 8 for me, trying to kill OGs. Tyler hybrid side. Caroline turns 18. Here comes season 4. Someone bolt the door. Get the diary out. It's time for fan meeting now. Woo!
All it's best you had to drop a human blood. Since a knife running drive a lane off of a great bridge.
Hello, welcome to the Vampire Diaries, the Vampire Diaries podcast, where a guy is watching the series for the first time with a super fan who has seen every episode. I'm the titular Petey. Let's just say I put the Petey in Vampire. But please call me Pete. And I'm here with my co-host and co-parent, Ash.
Hey, Pete. Let's call you Pete.
Please. Don't call me Petey. Hey, Ash.
I do call you Petey sometimes.
Yeah, so does my dad. Petey. I'll say the title because it leads into my little spiel.
Okay.
All right. Season 4, episode 6. We all go a little mad sometimes. Mm-hmm. Where do you think that quote is from?
I don't know. Maybe a poem or something?
Do you think it's from someone who's Joker-fied?
Oh, is it?
No.
Oh.
Well,
Like a why so serious moment?
Yeah. Let's see. Would you say this guy's Joker-fied? Norman Bates?
Oh, yeah.
He's Joker-fied?
Well, yeah, he's scary. Scary
Ash.
mad guy.
Yeah, I didn't think I was going to go into this by saying he was Joker-fied.
Yeah, why'd you say that?
I don't know. Just a dumb thing people say. This line is spoken by...
I've never heard anyone say that in my life. People say that for real?
They mostly type it.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know that.
Stay off the places where they say that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't hear that in my regular life.
Ash, the line is spoken by Norman Bates, played by Anthony Perkins in the film Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock, 1960.
Oh, nice. I was wondering when. I'm glad you had the year.
I bet it was also said by Vince Vaughn in Psycho in like 1998, directed by who's the guy who did
Vince Vaughn plays Norman Bates?
Yeah, they did a shot for shot. Who's that guy? I'm gonna forget. Who did Paranoid Park and Elephant? Who's that director?
I don't know.
Okay, anyway. I'm just leading us down all sorts of terrible roads so far.
Oh, no, you should have had me do some research to jump on the bandwagon, because everything's new to me.
Ash.
Well, I knew Psycho. I know Norman Bates and I know Psycho, but I could not have pulled the quote. Did you know that from just hearing the title, or did you really like, this is familiar, and then you had to look it up?
I had to look it up. I was like, what is that from? Is it like Willy Wonka saying that? Or I was thinking Willy Wonka. It was too early for the Joker. But maybe some iteration of the Joker.
Yeah, I mean, Joker's been around.
Or like literally the Mad Hatter.
Right, because of Mad. I thought maybe it would be like a poet. What's the Baltimore guy?
Poe?
Yeah, Edgar Allan Poe.
Poe the poet?
I thought maybe it could be him or something.
Thinking of famous Baltimore authors, really. Makes me think of something. No, Ash, I regret to say that I haven't seen Psycho all the way through.
I wonder if I have. If I have, I don't have memory of it.
I've seen...
Which is not a big surprise.
Psycho had the true cold open. Because everything you know of Psycho, of that lady getting stabbed in the shower, that like happens at the beginning.
Yeah, and they show that part like at award shows and stuff, like a quick clip of it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, you got to get on your classic film
I need to go through the Hitchcocks. Because, Ash, really, the only Hitchcock that I know and love, Rope.
Oh.
I truly love Rope, which makes me think and know that I would enjoy more of his stuff. And, a lot of it is in the zeitgeist, and I know a lot of the stories, and I've seen clips and all that. You see it in editing. You see it.
Right. Did he do The Apartment? Or was that someone else?
The Apartment, you're thinking of, man, I'm not pulling references tonight, but you're thinking of...
It's okay to just say no.
He didn't do The Apartment. There's a different movie called The Apartment by, like, Woody Allen or, like, somebody else. But he does the one where a guy's in an apartment and he's looking out the window. Oh, my gosh. People are... Rear Window.
Rear Window.
Yeah,
Rear Window I was going to say earlier, but then I was thinking The Apartment. Maybe I'm mixing references.
You are. That's Rear Window.
But I remember watching The Apartment and thinking that, because it was an old movie, and thinking it could have been Hitchcock.
It's not.
It's not Woody Allen, the one I saw.
It was a thriller, Joan?
I think so. Okay. Who knows? A long time ago. I don't know.
Everyone, this has been a terrible segment.
People hopefully know more about this than us.
Here's what I know. Disturbia is like Rear Window.
Disturbia is good.
Mm-hmm. a nice Shia flick. Ash, this episode's going to get a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
When we start talking about the actual episode.
Start talking about things we know.
Mm-hmm. And what I do know, I know about a cold open.
Mm-hmm.
Ash, Elena, usually these cold opens, Elena's like, and just waking up.
Mm-hmm.
Happily, but no. Bad dream, Elena, this time.
Yeah, she does usually wake up so regular and so happy, like makeup and ready to rock. But yeah, she's not doing well.
And it's like it's some kind of dream. She's in the kitchen. She's making some tea or something of some sort. She hears Connor Jordan's voice. Ash, we thought we'd seen the last of Connor Jordan.
I know. We was ready to say good riddance, but he's a dosed.
He's a spooky dosed.
That's what our kid used to say at first, spooky ghost.
Ash, she's doing something I guess she's heating up tea in the microwave, and the microwave made a sound that made our pug sit up from her slumber.
Yeah, like, wait, is someone cooking?
Yeah, which she's asleep and snoring as usual right there. Mm-hmm. And you're going to hear it. But when we're making popcorn in the microwave, she goes and watches.
She runs over and then sits and just watches it until it's ready. And then we'll attack you and put her whole face in the popcorn bowl.
She puts her whole face in the bowl. Elena is hallucinating Connor.
Now we get the title. She's going mad.
She is going mad. And was that the first time you took a human life, this apparition, ass? And she's like, you got to be a boogie dosed, or at least a boogie daddo.
Yeah. She's calling for Jeremy because Jeremy can see ghosts. So that's a good person to call for.
Then Connor grabs Elena, says he's not a ghost, and Elena stabs Connor through the neck, but it's Jeremy who was grabbing her and saying he wasn't a ghost, probably. He stabs him right through the neck.
I know.
Like a scene from Scream.
It's pretty awful. And you're like, man, I guess Jeremy's dead. But then they immediately show him wearing his ring.
Yeah, they cut to the ring real quick. She stabs him through the neck like, spoiler alert for Scream 5.
5 Cream?
5C 4 3 4 sideways 3.
No one can hear that. Like, that's not a... You have to write that.
Like that, spoiler again for the newest Scream movie. Like, remember how the Scream stabs that kid in, like, the neck? This is real slowly.
Ugh. No
Ugh.
good. Yeah. How are you going to just stab your brother right in the neck?
Yeah, well, it was an accident. She thought it was Connor Jordan.
Which I can see why, because he was grabbing her up.
He's wearing his ring, though. All right. Credits. I mean, not even credits, but...
Title.
Damon is there. says Jeremy didn't ditch the family ring, even though it drove Rick crazy.
Yeah, because it literally did.
It did, but maybe he wasn't strong enough. He wasn't born of the family that captured the ring or whatever, right?
They haven't really totally explained the difference between Rick wearing the ring and Jeremy wearing the ring and stuff.
And wait, can't Bonnie just cook them up, or those are just daylight rings?
Bonnie makes the daylight rings. The
Gilberts.
Yeah, the ones that bring you back. Bonnie doesn't make those.
They're Gilberts. Jeremy is dead on the couch. Been there.
Yeah.
Elena doesn't want to call Stefan because he's lying and hiding things from her. Here's a little arc. We see the beginning of this arc here, and then we get the end of it at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Damon called Stefan, though. Jeremy gasps awake. What happened? I'm trying to parse my notes. Damon's like, long story, buy the ebook. And then I said, H from the HD, V2.
Yeah, get that ebook,
Get
y'all.
the ebook. I would say the most bang for my buck, if you buy the paperback book, it posts.
Oh my gosh, what's happening? If you buy the paperback book, it puts the most money in your pocket?
In my pocket, yeah.
I just took the word straight out of your brain on that one.
Let me say if I can say it real fast.
You just said, say if I can say.
Ooh, what you say? If you buy the paperback book, it puts the most bang for your buck in my pocket. Ash, Elena doesn't want... You know, a lot of these podcasts, they have, integrated ads. I just do that for my own stuff. Elena doesn't want Stefan's help. He's mad that she called Damon.
Right.
She's been confiding in him.
Yeah, because Damon seems to be telling her the truth, even though he's keeping the same secret. But she's mad at Stefan.
She's used to Damon lying.
And, yeah, for sure.
This is my brother's blood on my hands, Elena says. She's upset and not trying to hear Stefan's excuses.
Okay, in this, scene or a couple of scenes, she references the blood on her hands, several times. It's like, why haven't you washed it off yet? Why are you just walking around your house for hours with your brother's blood all over your hands?
That is funny, and also she has, gross blood on her face, too.
Yeah,
it's
for just a
ugh.
long time. She keeps me this is the... I'm like, then wash it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, so gross.
We meet Chris, the hybrid. And Haley are at Ty's house drinking to remember their hybrid friend Dean, which actually this comes back around too.
Right.
Klaus is there too.
Oh, Klaus. He had come back from his flight. Stefan was all worried that because everything happened in last episode when Klaus was on a plane.
Klaus on a plane, but he's there.
Now he's here, yeah.
He's mad that Elena killed his hunter. There's a knock at the door. It's Caroline. She's mad. She's got the box. She's bringing Ty's stuff back to him. Klaus is like, hello. You've met Haley. All right. He leaves with the hybrids. Klaus leaves with the hybrids so Caroline can dump Ty.
That's what Klaus thinks.
But it was a plot by Haley and Caroline, and Klaus bought it.
Yeah, they were like, we did it. We tricked him.
Elena is showering Ash.
Yeah.
A bunch of blood starts pouring.
Very Psycho-esque.
True.
The shower scene in the blood.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
Now we have the connections.
The connections, yes. Stab in the neck, probably someone that happens to.
Probably so.
Ash. Do vampires have periods?
They haven't said.
Do they menstruate?
They haven't said.
I know werewolves have a time in the month, but do vampires? The bros are in Elena's kitchen.
If Klaus finds out Stefan told Damon about the cure, he'll kill both of us.
Right. And that also comes back around at the end, too.
Mm-hmm. Klaus is on the phone walking down the street. Mm-hmm. It's funny to see these guys out in the street.
Just doing the thing. That's kind of normal.
Mm-hmm. Because everyone would be like, why is that guy, like, yelling in this neighborhood? And he'd be like, I don't care.
Get your hybrids out of there. Whatever.
And some neighbors would be watching just like, yeah, Priuses are very annoying.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like, what is he talking about?
Or actually, probably in that neighborhood, they'd be like, what? Why is he saying get the hybrids out of here? Is he pro-oil? In that neighborhood, they'd be like, we need more hybrids. And Klaus would be like, right. Right?
Oh, yeah. But actually, he wouldn't say get the hybrids out of here unless he was trying to protect them. He would want, bring me my hybrids. It would be the reverse.
And all the suburban people would be like,
Nice.
we like this guy.
Yeah. Good.
He wants to find another hunter.
Right. Well, because he's like, he went and got the whole sword, and now he doesn't have the hunter. So he's like, well, now I got to find a hunter again.
Oh, yeah, he got the sword?
But they didn't show it.
Yeah, what the heck? He was on a full Indiana Jones or that guy from Jurassic Park excavation. We didn't even see the sword? Klaus knows about Elena's hallucinations. He can relate. All right, Klaus walks up. Stefan doesn't invite him in. That's still a thing.
Yeah.
They talk in the yard. Klaus killed the original 5 hunters. They were spelled by the witches to give hallucinations to vampires who killed them. Got it?
So that they would be the last kill. Like, so that they would kill themselves and then it's over.
Oh, okay.
Like, killing yourself is the end part for the vampires.
Got it.
So that the hunters still get to kill the vampire, like,
And
in one way or another.
And that was supposed to kill all vampires or just kill the 5 vampires that killed them?
Just kill the vampire that killed them.
But then there are potentials.
But if it was, but Klaus is like, well, that didn't work for me because I'm immortal.
He'll make Elena his final vampire kill. She'll take her own life, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
All right. Elena is still imagining Connor. Would you like some blood? Connor is sticking around post-death. Elena runs to the kitchen and sees Damon, but then it's Connor, then it's Damon again.
So confusing.
Klaus took Elena, and the bros look scared. He whooshed in and got her or something?
Yeah, because Elena walks outside to be like, what's going on? And then as soon as she takes a step outside, Klaus just steals her away. And they're like, oh.
Oh, gosh. All right, Jeremy.
Oh, sorry, y'all.
Jeremy is seeing his tats. He's got sick tats. He's got a mark like Connor's.
But it's way smaller. It's only on his, like, hand.
Yeah, and it looks like magic marker.
It's, it looks like the sword.
Matt doesn't see the tats, of course. He's got no potential.
No. Matt's still just a regular old Matt.
Yeah,
minus
which is
that
good.
one day by the pool.
When he was dead by the pool. Does that make you the next chosen one? Atticus Shane is the professor. April is in cahoots, which I guess we'll learn more about that soon.
Yeah, so April they're helping him set up some exhibition. Is that what you call it? Where people are going to come and see all those things.
Yeah,
hear him talk.
Some kind of talk, some exhibit. Bonnie, what if he was getting his ride pimped by Exhibit?
That'd be different.
I know y'all like supernatural stuff. So I'm going to put the mark of the hunter on your dashboard. I don't know. I never really watched that show, Pimp My Ride. I just know like the memes of like, I know you like popcorn, so I'm gonna put popcorn maker in your.
It seemed like they just made the cars undrivable.
Well, yeah, and there was some article about how, like, this guy was like, my ride got pimped by Exhibit on the show, and then I couldn't afford the insurance for the car.
I'm not surprised.
Because they were usually broke down cars. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's always there's always like a catch to these reality shows.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And usually the talent isn't really benefiting in the long run.
No, talent is a euphemism in this. It's more like the person that's being exploited.
Yeah.
Exhibit exploiting. I mean, it's not Exhibit's fault.
No, and in some of the shows, it's more beneficial than others.
Some, yes. But in the end, everyone's just being used for content.
Yeah.
But some people
want to do that.
Want that, yeah for sure. By the way, watch my show. No, I'm just kidding. All my shows are great. Bonnie is talking to the bros. Mad that they lost Elena to Klaus. Mm-hmm. But Bonnie can ask Shane for help. Atticus Shane. Professor Atticus Shane.
Yeah. And it's like kind of weird that they're just like, all right, I guess we'll just ask this guy. Like he's not even in their group.
Ash, is there something to the initials AS? Alaric Saltzman, Atticus Shane.
Me and my maiden name.
Yes. Interesting.
And then, so Klaus takes Elena, whooshes her away, takes her to his house. Mm-hmm. And I feel like this is kind of nice, though. Like, he's helping her out because he was tormented and he knows that she would kill herself, which at this point, like, does he even really need her alive? No, because she's not going to give him hybrid blood, doppelganger blood that he needs now. But if they were to find the cure, then I guess she would be able to give him doppelganger blood eventually. But it does seem right now like he's just like purely trying to help her out because he knows how bad it was.
That may be so, and that may be like giving him a lot of credit because he's been around for a long time, so he might be playing like 3D chess, as they say, and looking way down the line. He's like, I'm immortal. If we can find the cure in 1,000 years, I want my hybrids.
Right, yeah, because he's so old, he's just like, yeah, he can think into the way future because he's been in the way past also. Yeah.
So he's like, maybe even in the future they'll have like a, in the metaverse, I can make hybrids or something.
Oh my God. I don't think they were thinking about that when they wrote this show.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's true. I think he's thinking towards like cryptocurrency and stuff.
Oh my God.
All right. But my point is that maybe he truly is, like, we might find this cure for real. I have this sword that no one's seen. Mm-hmm. I have a potential. Maybe.
So you think that he is not just being nice to Lena, that he is doing it for himself?
Maybe it's both, because we know that he might be sort of nice in the way that he is just a kind of H for C a little bit about Caroline. Mm-hmm. Maybe he just really likes Caroline, so that shows he's kind of a person. Mm-hmm. But that might be selfish also. I don't know, Ash. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's a wild card. It's hard to predict him.
Yeah. Okay. All that said, he was tormented for 52 years after he killed those 5 hunters.
It's so long. Because Elena's going like 24 hours and she's losing it.
Which, no wonder why he's such a jerky. Mm-hmm. Every waking moment, tortured. All Stefan knew was that the hunter had to be kept alive, and Stefan didn't tell Elena that. I guess he did, but then she didn't do it because she didn't know.
He told her to keep the hunter alive, but he didn't tell her why. And Elena was like, well, I guess it's not that important.
Mm-hmm. And Elena's like, how did you make it stop? And he said, I didn't. And I was like, what? He's still hallucinating now? That's what I thought. I was like, oh my gosh. No wonder he's so mean. He's just hallucinating.
24/7.
5 hunters coming at him so hard nonstop.
That's why I want to just kill everyone.
That's what I thought. And then he was like, it stopped by itself. I was like, oh, okay.
Which now you later find out why it stopped on its own.
Yes, because a new potential turned into a hunter. Or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, in that moment I was like, mic drop, dang.
That would be something else.
Yeah, well, it's like, I mean, this is a bad example, but I love it in stuff where, like, the Hulk was like, or Mark Ruffalo was like, here's the secret. I'm always angry. And then he turns into the Hulk and jumps around. Mm-hmm. I was like, whoa. But that's a bad example. Like a reveal.
No,
a good reveal.
That's not a bad example. Yeah, the reveals are good.
Yeah.
A twist.
Yeah.
Okay. That was enough examples. We don't have to do another one.
And a third thing. I was trying to get back to
Klaus in the house.
Troubles are brewing. Stefan needs Ty to get the other hybrids away. Haley is going to get the hybrids out from under Klaus. Chris isn't sired anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they can use Chris for help to get Elena out.
Yes, and we talked about Haley's nonprofit last episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris.
It's also like, is this really the best time to do this non-siren stuff? Like right in the middle of this, like.
Well, they didn't even get to do it with Chris, right? Or did they?
Yeah, well, Chris was already done, but they're like, we got to do all this non-siren to Klaus thing. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, there's a lot going on right now. Like, you could probably chill on that a little bit.
Yeah. Just take it day to day.
Just saying.
Just work on your pitch deck for the nonprofit. And in the meantime, get boots on the ground. I don't know.
Other phrases about starting jobs.
Synergy. Remember that one? I like that. Chris isn't sired anymore, though, as we said.
No.
Chris is with Elena. Elena is hallucinating. Connor's like angling at her some more, and then she admits, "I love the taste of your blood."
Because she was like, I hate it. I hate killing people. I never want to do it. And then she's like, I love it.
He got in her head. Connor says he had a family, and he's trying to make her feel bad, and then he says, "It's your fault. Your parents died."
Because she wasn't supposed to. They weren't supposed to be on the bridge at all. They were going to pick up Elena.
And then he says, kill yourself. And then all of a sudden, Catherine is back.
As a hallucination.
What else can Catherine ruin?
It's good to see the character of Catherine. She spices it up a little bit. Elena's getting some serious range in this episode, though. Nina Dobrev, I mean.
Dobrev, yeah.
Because she's doing Vampire Elena, and then Vampire Elena with hallucinations, and then also Catherine.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Much like Anthony Perkins. Got to play both Norman Bates and his mother. Right?
I don't know.
Atticus Shane has the first tombstone ever. Ash, do you think he has the first tombstone? You think that rock that he had was the first tombstone?
And his presentation. This looked kind of weird and bogus.
You don't think even before that tombstone, some whatever,
like put a stick or something,
was just like, it's where the person died. There's, I don't know. I don't think that was the first tombstone. That's like telling me Klaus is one of the first vampires ever walking around. That's the first tombstone. I want its autograph.
Okay. Well,
no, I don't think
we'll
that's
try to arrange that for you.
Okay, here's my question. Is that supposed to show that Atticus Shane is like, whoa, he's got like these cool artifacts? Or is it supposed to show he's a sham artist.
Well, what do you think?
I think they're saying he thinks he has. I think they're showing he has the first tombstone. Look at all this cool stuff he has. I don't read it that way.
You thinking he's a lame-o?
Yeah. Oh, I got this rock. Yeah, it's the first tombstone.
Oh, yeah. Tombstone, yep.
It's the second tombstone. Let me tell you about my first tombstone. Pepperoni. Remember that?
I get it.
Tombstone pizza, that was probably not good pizza.
I think it was probably good.
April.
Most pizza is good.
That's true. It's hard to mess up pizza.
Yeah.
And yet somehow Detroit does it. Just kidding. Some Detroit person's so mad. We're going hard tonight, Ash. Powerful. Okay. April knew Atticus Shane through her dad.
Yeah, so April's being kind of weird and like repeating herself because she was glamorama'd the previous episode. But so Matt and Jeremy are like, yeah, yep. But then she says that she knows him, actually really knows him because her dad knew him. Not just because she kind of like, he seemed familiar.
Got it.
So then it's like, wait, what? Your dad who blew up the church knows this guy? What's going on here?
That is weird.
And it's a good
maybe
thing
he was glamorized.
It's a good thing that Matt goes to do some research. He hears that weird stuff and he goes to figure it out. That was nice of him.
Yeah, Matt.
Because he could be like, well, I'm just going to
I didn't
go work at the grill. See ya.
I didn't like Matt because he had shoes in the bed, right? That's my whole thing?
Yeah.
I like Matt now.
Yay.
Ty. I always didn't like Ty, right?
Ty has gotten better over the seasons.
All right, Matt. Okay.
Matt's always been good.
Past me. I like Matt now. All right. Not only does he think he has the first tombstone, it belonged to a powerful witch named Silas. Right?
Was it Silas? I thought it was something else. Maybe it was Silas.
There's also someone named Ketsia.
Oh, Ketsia. Yeah, the witch.
Was powerless, immortal, and alone. Which I feel like that's in a lot of the new Taylor Swift songs. Alright.
I was thinking Ketsia when you were saying Silas, the witch.
Silas was buried. Silas wants to rise again and regain power and wreak havoc. Or maybe it's just an old rock. Atticus says, okay, hold on. Because sometimes in this type of show, they're like, oh yeah, Silas the powerful witch, and then you like never hear about it again. Or it's like, in 3 episodes, Silas is like, hey, I'm Silas. So I really don't know what it's going to... And then like, Ketsia's like, and I'm Ketsia. I'm Silas, and I'm Ketsia. And now we're going to start wreaking havoc. Like,
yeah,
who
you're
knows?
Right. It's either like, this is exactly what's going to happen, or
Yeah.
you'll never hear of it again. That's always the case.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay, so that's like a...
That's just how it works.
A double-headed Pete-diction in a way. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just an old rock. That's Atticus. Atticus Shane. All right. Now Catherine is tormenting Elena. Mm-hmm. She says, you're like me now, only worse. You'll kill again until you're just like me. But she already said she was like her, only worse.
Then she's going to get better?
Yeah.
She'll get less worse?
She tries to whoosh tackle. Okay, Elena tries to whoosh tackle her, but she just jumps onto the bed.
Flops on the bed.
That was kind of funny.
It was funny. Some physical comedy.
Yeah.
Just bonk.
There's like a springy sound. Damon has some brothers bond in a Lark's desk at the school.
Yeah. I was like, oh, wow, Rick. We knew you had a drinking problem, but in your desk?
How many bars across the country do you think are called Teacher's Lounge?
I don't know, but I know one called Public School.
Yeah. And there was a couple of those, I think. Bonnie introduces Damon to Shane. You're into monster stuff. Damon gives Shane the hunter's mark that Jeremy drew. Sick drawing. Mm-hmm. And then...
He's like, where'd you get this?
Yeah, you got a dead hunter in the trunk of your car.
Well, because he was friends with the hunter.
Connor Jordan.
Connor Jordan.
Were they friends, though?
Well, they were working together or whatever, and now Connor Jordan isn't around. So he's probably like, where is...
I feel like Connor Jordan was...
Dead Connor Jordan also. He's trying to like...
Yeah.
He's like,
is he in your trunk? But seriously.
Yeah, he's like joking about it, but he's also like, can you tell me?
I feel like Connor Jordan was being used by Atticus Shane. Like, because Connor even said himself, he was kind of like, had the energy of like, but do you know what's going on?
No, you're right. And also they had said, Connor Jordan was like, I want to know more about like my ancestry and my job as a vampire hunter. And he was like, I'll tell you once your mark's complete. Mm-hmm. So he's still just like withholding. He was withholding info.
Yeah.
Or he's a phony and he's just saying BS stuff like you thought.
Well, I think he's a phony, but I do think he's using people for some reason. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, he's still hanging out with the Bonnie. Shane. Oh yeah. Hunter's curse. There's a hunter's curse. Mm-hmm. Legend says the killer, Elena, will be tormented until there is a new hunter. And I said, will that be Jeremy? Mm-hmm. They're working on it. He's a potential. Mm-hmm. Shane leaves. How are we supposed to find a potential hunter, Bonnie asks.
Yeah, because Bonnie's like out of the loop. Which Damon says later. Well,
he says later, yeah.
Yeah, you're a witch with no powers. You kind of lose it.
There's a super quick moment with Ty and Chris and Stefan and Caroline. She's going to talk to Klaus to distract him. And
so they can get Elena out.
Klaus is trying to help Elena. I said he probably is for real. So that kind of goes with what we were saying earlier. Is it for real or for his own benefit? We'll see. All right.
He can also do things with dual purposes.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
And he often has a third thing that we never know.
If Ty was still sire to me, he never would have hurt you. Klaus says to
Caroline because he thinks that they're broken up and that Tyler cheated on her.
And Caroline sits for a drink with Klaus.
Yeah, and she got all gussied up. She's showing some clavage, yay.
Uh-oh. Well,
you didn't want to mention that part?
I wasn't thinking about that, but now that you say it, she did turn 18 last season, so it's all above board. She's 18, Klaus is 1,000 and something, so, you know.
It works out.
That's illegal in most states.
Well, now Caroline is not immortal, but...
18 forever.
18 forever,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stefan and Ty are trying to steal Elena back. Chris is hesitant, doesn't want other hybrids after him.
Yeah, Chris is like, hey, I'm just trying to be on the DL and just, like, get out of here.
Yeah. It's my day off. Can I not do any of that? Catherine is still being hallucinated, still talking that smack. Mm-hmm. Bonnie lost Grams and her mom because of you, Elena.
Yeah, she's going hard.
She secretly hates you. Kill yourself. Your existence brings pain. You're a monster who deserves to die.
Yeah, I don't know that they could do this episode these days with all the kill yourself talk over and over again.
They do, like, literally say kill yourself
so
100 times.
Yeah.
There would at least have to be a trigger warning.
For sure. This does not have that.
No, this was back in 2010.
Yeah, definitely a trigger warning, and maybe they wouldn't say kill yourself as many times. They'd be like,
end your existence.
You're not worth it or something, you know. But yeah, it's kind of intense how many times they tell her to kill herself.
Well, who knows? Because we have seen Euphoria.
Yeah. We have.
So maybe it just wouldn't matter. I don't know.
But they have trigger warnings on Euphoria.
Chris lies to some other hybrids. Stefan goes in to get Elena. She sees Connor Jordan. She stabs Stefan and runs off.
And runs away.
All right, Bonnie was left out of important conversations because she didn't have her powers. Damon says. Jeremy runs in, and they're like, "You gotta kill a vampire." And he's like, "All right, let me kill Damon." Is he kind of joking?
Well, he's not a fan of Damon, so he's half joking, half serious. I'd say.
I feel like they've been kind of chilling though.
Yeah, I mean, they played video games and stuff together, but Damon kills a lot of people all the time.
And he killed him. Stefan calls. Post-stabbing.
Yeah.
Damon says they've solved the problem, but Stefan's like, "You go find her."
Right, because Elena has been mad at Stefan, and also she just stabbed him.
Yeah. Caroline is out with Klaus, gets a text on her fancy phone. Stefan lost Elena. Caroline just immediately tells Klaus, and he runs off. But not before saying, "You're beautiful. If you don't stop talking, I'll kill you."
And then she doesn't stop talking.
She doesn't.
Yeah.
Caroline says they found out how to stop the hallucinations. Elena is currently hallucinating. She walked down to Wickery Bridge, right? And they start playing some industrial music.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like really drummer heavy, weird, in a weird way.
Then she hallucinates her mom, Ash, and this is where they're going real dark.
I know. It's really intense.
The mom is telling her to kill herself. This bridge is where your life should have ended twice. You were ready to die.
Yeah, she says, like, you were dead. You should have stayed dead all this time.
Just take off your ring and wait. And she does. Elena takes off and drops it in the water. But, and that's the act out. And then act back in with Elena like, "Wait, I can't do that."
Yeah, Jeremy's going to be alone. I need to be there. And she's like, "No, he's worse with you."
Yeah, and I do like the mom being like, "Look, you'll be a ghost who can help him."
Yeah.
That's funny. That's a funny angle. And then Elena says, "Mommy, I didn't mean to disappoint you." And I thought that might be another psycho thing.
It's especially saying mommy.
She said mommy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You were supposed to stay dead. Damon walks up. I said, he's real, I guess. She hasn't been hallucinating him. He must be real deal. Third time's a charm. He quips.
When he found her at Wickery Bridge, did you have enough time to like guess where she was gonna go when she escaped?
No.
Oh, okay. Because it did happen kind of quick, but I was wondering if you thought maybe she'd go to Wickery Bridge, because Damon's like, well, it's not that hard to guess, and it is a place that makes sense for her to go because she has so much trauma there.
Yeah. Maybe on my next watch through, I'll have the time to think about all that. All right. Elena can't live with herself. She's still hallucinating. Damon turns into Connor Jordan. The sun is coming up. Damon notices she's not wearing her ring.
Yeah. He starts to get a little panicked.
Chris is trying to get out of town, says goodbye to Haley and Ty. Klaus comes. He presses Chris up. Haley says, "Kill me. I'd rather be dead than sired." She's pretending she's sired because she unsired herself.
She is a werewolf, not a hybrid.
Ew.
That's why he calls her little wolf girl or whatever he calls her. But Klaus is mad because he didn't follow orders, but he doesn't like claim that he's unsired. He's just like, "You're never going to do this again."
Yeah. Klaus probably thinks he's still sired. Stefan jumps in. Oh, yeah. And, like, he kind of knocks Chris down, but then Jeremy kind of hits him with an axe.
Yeah, so he gets staked when he walks in the door. Or like, as when he opens the door, he gets... No. When Klaus is like, "All right, you can go," he goes to leave, and then he gets staked. And then Jeremy finishes him off, chops his head off.
The staking and the chopping of the head off. And Klaus was in on it because he was like, "Oh, yeah, you can go." and then he knew these two dudes were there with their implements.
Right. So he seemed like he was kind of forgiving him, but he was like, "This will never happen again." But he's all like, "Because I know you're about to be dead." So it's literally not going to happen.
Man. Damon is trying to stop Elena. Intercut with Stefan and Jeremy. Jeremy kills Chris. More of his tat appears.
Yes.
Elena comes to, but the sun is rising. Okay, so when Chris is killed, Elena stops hallucinating.
Right.
But the sun is rising.
Yeah, and she doesn't have a ring.
She doesn't have a ring. Damon, tackles her into the water.
Mm-hmm. Here she goes again. Into the water under Wickery Bridge.
Then Elena wakes up. Her ring is back on. Damon got out of the river. We don't conveniently see him swimming around oh, is this it? Or is this a penny or something? Damon got out of the river. Vampires hate to swim. Elena remembers it all like a bad dream. Okay, Damon says, teenage suicide, don't do it. And I was thinking that might be a Heathers reference. Speaking of movies about teenage suicide where they say teenage suicide a million times.
I also wonder if they had to say that, in the episode. For
maybe so.
What's it called? When you have, your checks and balances you have to do on television?
S&P, standards and practices.
Standards and practices, yeah.
Can we at least say don't do suicide?
Yeah. We need to say it at least one time.
Yeah. Maybe so.
Because it was kind of random.
All right, Damon and Elena are holding hands. Damon says the rough patch that Stefan and Elena are going through. Stefan has been doing all that lying for her. Mm-hmm. To her and for her.
Right.
He says, throw my ashes off of the Wickery Bridge.
Because he's about to tell Elena something that he's not supposed to. And he thinks Stefan's going to kill him.
And that is that there may be a cure to vampirism.
Right, and that's why Stefan's been lying.
Yeah.
But here is Damon being honest and telling the truth, and Stefan hasn't been able to do that.
I have a Pete-diction about all that. We'll see. All right.
Okay.
Ty is bummed out. Okay, and this is just like when they were mourning Dean.
Dean, yeah.
Now they're mourning Chris. Oh, first Dean, now Chris?
Who's it going to be next? Eric?
Yeah. Jeff?
Paul?
Steve?
Ryan?
Murphy?
It has to be 4 or 5 letters only. You missed it. Wait, is Murphy 5? No, 6.
Dang. Ryan Murphy. They're paying their respects to Chris by drinking Brothers Bond. Helped our friend by handing over another friend. Okay, they helped Elena by getting Chris killed.
Yeah, they definitely did not loop in Tyler or Haley to this part of the plan.
No.
They were just like, we're just going to kill this guy. And when Tyler gets all mad at Caroline looks surprised because that means she literally didn't even think about how it would make him feel at all. And that's the true portrayal. Because if you're surprised that they got mad, that means you didn't even consider how they might react.
Wow. Sounds cathartic of you to say that.
I'm just saying, no, I'm just talking about them in this situation because Caroline was like, oh, wait, he's not even our friend. He's like, yes, he is my friend.
Yeah, they were tight.
He was my pack.
Yeah,
a wolf pack.
She doesn't understand that pack life.
No.
Those bros, that bro life.
Mm-mm. And that's why you shouldn't be an only child.
What?
I'm just kidding.
A shout out to our only children out there. I don't know what she's talking about.
I said I was kidding.
All right. Chris wanted to be unsired. How did you get Klaus to agree to give up one of his hybrids, Ty asks? And Caroline says she agreed to go on a date with him, which that makes Ty mad also. Thought it would help to keep up the ruse between you and Haley. That sounds like an excuse. And Haley just wakes up for a second huh?
Yeah, what's going on here?
All right, Damon is at the grill, orders a Brothers Bond.
Two of them.
Two of them. One's for Alaric, but then you just drink both of them.
Yeah.
I like that. Matt comes up. Yeah, he was doing some research about the explosion on the farm. April said her dad knew Professor Atticus Shane. He looked into the pastor's phone records. The pastor called the same number every day, once a day, I guess. But then on the day that he exploded, he called it 10 times. It was the office of Atticus Shane.
It's funny. And I like how Matt is like, around here, anyone's creepy until you prove them, like, not creepy.
Yeah, including him with his shoes in the bed.
Yeah.
And now he's not creepy because he's
a
more
nice
of a
guy.
chill guy. Shane and Bonnie. Did Damon get everything from my files? We gave him some files and he looked at them or something?
About the hunter's mark.
Oh, yeah. How do you know all this stuff? Okay, Atticus Shane. I've been around the world 10 times over and studied supernatural stuff. This is his little speech. Witches are the most powerful, he says.
To a witch. What would you say you would tell a witch that they were not the most powerful?
Well, I would say after watching as much of the show that I have that they were the most powerful.
Yeah, but if you're talking to a witch, are you going to be like, well, you're kind of powerful, but you know who's the most powerful? This other person, and that's who I am doubling down with, not you. Like, obviously he's going to say that to her.
Are you saying he's flattering her, Ash?
Yeah.
He knows she has a new hunter, but he doesn't know who it is.
I don't think so. I think only Connor Jordan knew about Jeremy as the potential.
Come to me when he completes his mark, and Atticus will be the only one who can help once this hunter has this mark.
Yeah, Bonnie just stares at him. Why isn't she like, what happens when he gets his mark?
Elena and Stefan are on the porch. Their porch is like what? The Ryan and Marissa's like out front on the street.
Yeah, that's where their little moment is.
Do Ryan and Marissa go out there every once in a while?
They meet all kinds of places.
I know they meet there the first time, but...
They also meet at the lifeguard stand.
All right, well, let's just say Elena and Stefan on the porch are like Ryan and Marissa out front of Marissa's house.
Okay.
Sorry I stabbed you. Good start.
From Elena.
Damon told Stefan that he told her about what Stefan told him. Damon told Elena, told Stefan that he
Now
told
everyone
Stefan.
knows all
Yes,
the things.
Exactly. Screw the lies and secrets, Ash.
Now Stefan is ready to be honest.
We all want the same thing. We have to work for it. Elena asks Stefan why he sent Damon to look for her. And lately, Damon's been able to get through to her.
Also, Stefan could have just been like, well, you had just stabbed me, so I needed to send Damon. But he's ready to...
My, chest hole still had to close.
Right. But he's ready to talk feelings.
Yeah. Elena trusts Damon now. Elena wants to get the girl she was back, but the girl she's become is different.
Darker.
Much like
Damon.
Dark Caroline, right? Stefan wonders who she wants. Something's changed between Damon and Elena. Everything she felt has been...
Magnified.
It's Stefan's favorite word.
Magnified, intensified, doubled, oh my gosh. When he talks about how everything is more intense as a vampire, it drives me nuts.
What happens more? Are feelings magnified more, or are humanity switches turned off more?
That's a good
And aren't
question.
they kind of oxymorons in a way?
Yeah, you either have strong feelings or you turn them off. But basically what happens is your feelings get so strong you don't want them, and then you turn off your switch. So one kind of leads to the other.
I relate to that. Okay.
They could just go to the calming corner and
It's true.
take a break.
Yeah, they could just have a hobby. They could do that thing. They could have a Zen garden.
Right.
When he was, maybe I should be taking my own advice. All right. When he was the Ripper, he understood why she cared for Damon,
Right.
but now he can't do it. He can't watch her care for Damon.
Yeah, because now Stefan is like good and nice.
Yeah. All right.
And yeah, he's like, I can do it. Can't do it. And she's like, I know.
Pete-diction. We're going back into Delana country for the middle part of the season.
You skipped to Pete-dictions. You did not even say your fangs, but I appreciate the Pete-diction.
Yep. Fangs. 1.3333 line over it.
0 fangs. Just kidding.
Oh no.
No, I was gonna say 0. I was just joking 0 fangs because Stefan and Elena broke up. But it was a good app. There's some good stuff going on. Kind of more like thrillery than some with the hallucinations. I would say 1.5. I don't know what you just said. What did you say?
1.3333.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm around there. 1.5.
Ash, we have a game tonight.
Okay, wait. Now we have to go back to the Pete-dictions.
I already Pete-dicted.
You only said 1.
Okay.
You gotta wrap it up in the right order.
Oh my gosh.
So you said you had several
Shane,
Pete-dictions.
creep. April's dad, creep. April, taking advantage of, probably helps in some way. Bonnie gets her powers back. Puts the creeps to death. Connor Jordan. Maybe we've seen the last of him. I don't know. I don't know in what context.
When you faded away.
In what context he would come back. Delana mid-season.
What about the Caroline story?
Hot date with Klaus.
Do you think that she's gonna like it or not like it?
Oh, I think she's gonna like it. I think they're both gonna be into it because Ty's gonna be grumpy for a while. Even Ty might even have a thing with Haley for a little bit. Everyone, look, it's mid-season.
Everything's gonna switch them up.
What are we? Episode 6 or something? There's a long path.
Okay. All right. There's a game.
There's a game, Ash.
I can't believe it.
It's called Bates or Bites.
Okay.
Is this line of dialogue from Norman Bates from the movie Psycho, or spoken by one of the characters from my unproduced screenplay Love Bites?
Oh, great. I love it. Okay. Bates or bites? All right.
Bates or Bites. So your answer will be Bates or Bites.
I can understand the directions. Sometimes I don't know what you're asking of me, but I got it
Is
this
this
time.
Kevin Smith or no? All right. A boy's best friend is his mother.
Bates.
Correct.
We need a sound.
I don't know what the sound for Bates would be.
It's fine. That means yes.
Stay away from those monsters, though. They're trouble.
That's from Bites.
Correct. Here's another one. Sometimes Sheila and I just like to sit back, eat a rare steak, and watch a zombie movie.
Bites.
Correct. She might have fooled me, but she didn't fool my mother.
Bates?
My mom died when my little brother was young. She was driving home from work late one night, and a drunk driver hit her and killed her instantly.
Bites.
Correct. I think I must have one of those faces you can't help believing.
That's a tricky one. I could see that being either one. Bites?
Bates.
Bates.
And finally, I was in love once. I gave her everything. I even gave her my heart. She said gross and handed it back, though.
That's a Peter L. Harmon original right there, folks.
That's Bites, and that's said by Zombie Jock number 2. Ash, I was skimming through Love Bites
And it's good.
today to get these quotes, and it may not hold up.
No way.
Much like this episode has some things in it
Well,
that
you can always workshop
don't
it.
stand the test of time. I think that, to borrow a skeleton spooky term, the bones are good. But yeah, there's a lot going on in there. It was very influenced by Superbad, which also has got some stuff going on in there.
Yeah. Well, you wrote it a long time ago.
But hey, if anyone needs a sort of like vampire Superbad,
That's a good pitch.
well, I mean the log line that I wrote 12 years ago or whatever was, it's like Twilight meets Superbad if Twilight didn't suck with suck as, the
vampire version?
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
I could update that. I could do another pass for sure.
You can do another pass. Make it a little bit more moderna.
Yes.
All right, we did it.
Oh my goodness, Ash. Okay, so couple things going on. H from the HD V1 and 2. Gotta buy those.
Buy them.
Hey, those are great gifts. If you buy them now, you'll probably get them before your holiday of choice. The Happenstances series. Buy those. Ash, this is the year 2022. And if you're listening to this currently, the Baltimore Sun gave some of my books a little shout out.
I know you're going to be in the paper.
I'm going to be in the newspaper, the print edition of the newspaper. I'm online right now. It came out today on a Tuesday. But if you're hearing this on the Thursday that it comes out and you're in Baltimore, I don't know, go get the Baltimore Sun.
Yeah.
Other than that, look it up online or just take my word for it. Buy the books.
Check them out. Is this our last pod of the year?
No, we'll do one more.
During which week of Christmas?
We'll be ringing in the new year with you.
I don't know. We might see you after.
We might take a brief hiatus.
There's a lot going on.
Yep. But hey, if we see you pre or post New Year, get those resolutions in before the deadline, or else you'll get audited.
Make sure they are spooky.
I know that's how you wanted to end, but you don't have any plugs?
No.
Okay.
Are you done plugging? No. I never have plugs, Pete.
Ash.
I'm not an influencer,
No, me
except for
neither.
young children and teaching them about life.
Young children's minds, and that's the ultimate influence. Painted with Raven.
Painted with Raven, so good. Check it out on Wow Presents Plus.
Thank you. And then one episode of my latest show, First Time Fixer, just came up on Discovery Plus.
Oh, I didn't know it was up.
I didn't work on that one, but I'll have some that are in the new year.
Yeah.
Discovery Plus. Get on there, First Time Fixer. Painted with Raven, out now, Wow Presents Plus. I'm on all the pluses right
A
now.
lot of apps to check in. Got you on the papers. Got you in the books.
So much going
ebooks.
on. Yeah, just do all
Just
that
search
stuff.
Peter L. Harmon, and there's a lot to find.
Yeah, if you're into any of this stuff. I would say just the main thing, listen to the podcast, tell your friends, right?
Rate, review, subscribe, review, rate.
Yep.
Do all the things that people do on the internet. Thanks,
Yep.
bye.